Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome back to Pelion, South Carolina. It's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit today. It's nice and cloudy. It's a beautiful day so far. Nice and cool. As y'all can see, we're in the middle of building our next igloo cube chicken tractor. So I'll spare you all that for a little bit. We got the parts vomited all over the floor out here in the shed. Hopefully we'll get that finished today. Well, y'all, since it's been nice and rainy, I'm kind of expecting the worm wizards to be extra active today. So, without further ado, let's get right into it and see what the worm wizards are into today. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Y'all already know, these red wigglers love rainy, humid days. The humidity really brings them out, makes them active. Apparently also the birds. Look at there, y'all. I hear you, Jack. Don't worry, buddy. I'll be there to feed you your breakfast in just a little bit, buddy. All right, Jack's getting kind of hungry, so let's move along, y'all, to the next bin. Oh, they falling off the lids. Oh, yeah, they're very active. Very, very active today. I harvested a pan of castings from each one of the bins yesterday, from the bottom of the bin. I didn't take a video of it, but I harvested castings from all the bins yesterday. That apple, that thing getting kind of putrid, y'all. Y'all don't forget, if you need any red wigglers, we got plenty. And if you go into the descriptions of these videos, there's a link I posted there. If you click on it, it'll take you over to our eBay store. And y'all, we sell quantities of red wiggler worms from 25 all the way up to 1,000. We also sell the worm castings and the worm leachate right there on the eBay store. If any of y'all interested in those things and want to support the channel, that'd be a great way to do it. Or if you're not interested in gardening or worms or worm castings or fishing with worms, another way you can support the channel is by dropping thumbs up on the videos or dropping something in the comments below. Maybe sharing it with a friend. That works too, y'all. Or become a subscriber. Y'all, only about 15% of the folks who view my videos are actually subscribers. Right now, we've got 1,491 subscribers. So I'm hoping we're going to cross over that 1,500 subscriber mark today. But we're going to need 8 new subscribers to do it. And I don't know if I've ever got 8 subscribers in one day or not. So let's see if we can do it today. Push us over 1,500 subscribers. So if you're one of those 85% of the folks who view my videos but hadn't subscribed yet, well, what you waiting on? Go on over there and click on that subscribe button over there. It's free. It don't cost you anything. And it helps our channel grow. And we sure would appreciate it. Oh, yeah. We got worms on all the lids so far, it looks like. All the coffee smell has all but, dissipated now. It just smells like fresh earth whenever I open the lids. Man, there's lots of activity. For all the rest of you worm farmers out there, when it rains, do you guys notice, or when the humidity goes up or it rains, do you guys notice a huge difference in activity in your worms? If you do, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it and read about it. I know I do. Ooh, lots of wormies on the edge and on the lid. And that bedding is starting to look really, really nice. It's starting to look like mostly worm castings instead of mostly mushroom compost. All right, here's our newest bin, our last bin. Look at all those wormies right there. Yep, we're consistently getting worms on the lids now. Well, y'all, let's get my hands in here and see what we can see. Oh, look at that. Look at that coffee filter. Y'all, they're getting on that coffee filter, y'all. Oh. Forbidden spaghetti. Hadn't done that one in a while. I had to pull a forbidden spaghetti out of my repertoire. The bedding feels warmer. Ooh, that's a nice handful of worms. You know, I opened that bin over there and I didn't even see what the temperature was. That's the first time I think I ever opened that bin and forgot to look at the thermometer. Y'all. My head's in a bad, and not in a bad space, but my head's in a weird space today. I'm not thinking clearly. It's like I got a little fog in my head. And I already had 2 or 3 cups of coffee, so I should be fully awake by now. All right, let's get into these other ones over here. Just gonna scrape. See, let's scrape back right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. See, look, they're right under the surface. Right under the surface, getting at that chicken feed, y'all. Ooh, I had someone asking me in the comments, was it yesterday or the day before? But they were asking me about springtails. They have this person had worm bins, worm farms, and one of their worm bins or worm farms was covered in springtails, he was telling me, or they were telling me. And they were asking my opinion if the springtails were bad for the worm bins. And they are not. The springtails do not harm the worms. In fact, you know, actually, springtails in your bin could be a good thing because they help balance the bacteria and the fungi in your bedding and in your bin. So springtails have actually have a symbiotic relationship with the worms and with the bin. But the way he was describing it was he might have had an overpopulation of springtails. And I mean, that's not really, you know, like I say, they're not harmful, so it's not a huge deal. But if you're trying to keep other critters and other insects out of your bin, I can understand how that might be a little annoying or nuisance. So you can get some diatomaceous earth and sprinkle on it, and that'll help quell or stamp down the population of the springtails. That's what I've done in the past. That's one of the reasons I've simplified the diet of my worms, is so I don't get so many different insects in my bins. Because it makes it hard. Sometimes when you're picking worms for an order, you end up getting a bunch of the other bugs in the order. And people, you know, if you buy an order of worms online or something or from somebody, you don't want to get your worm package and have a bunch of other bugs in it too, you know. So I simplified my diet. I feed my worms, so it will be easier for me to pick out worms and have a clean worm order without having a bunch of mites or springtails or other things, that might come along in the worm bin. They're actually usually very good and helpful in the worm bins. Like I said before, they have a symbiotic relationship usually. And so if you're just composting or recycling stuff for your own garden purposes, I actually would encourage you to not worry about the extra bugs in your bin too much. Although if you're doing a commercial situation and you're trying to harvest worms, you might want clean worms and clean bedding so you don't have a whole bunch of other insects in there. I can understand that too. You drop it in the comments below. What do y'all think? I'd love to hear it. I sure would love to hear it. All right, let's see what that thermometer says. Okay, looks like about 70, getting close to 72 maybe. So that's definitely warmer than yesterday. When you're running a worm bin with lots of kitchen scraps and cardboard and lots of other things in there besides just mushroom compost, you end up, let's see, you end up with what I like to call the entourage effect. You get a bunch of other bugs and things, critters, living in there with your worms in a symbiotic relationship. And that's what I like to call it, the entourage effect. You're inviting everybody over for the party. I got to transplant a fig tree in my front yard soon, probably today or tomorrow. I'm going to take some of these worm castings and put in the hole and I transplant it. Probably get me a bunch of worms to throw in there too. Anybody out there planting any new trees this year for spring? I'd love to hear about it. We've got peach trees and apple trees, fig trees. We've got all kinds of different fruit trees. What kind of fruit trees y'all grow out there? Drop it in the comments, y'all. Man, y'all, look at that. Look at all that black gold. I know, Jack. I know, buddy. I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me check on the rest of my bins now. All right. These apples are getting pretty putrid, y'all. I think they like the tea bags and the coffee filters more than the apples, y'all. Forbidden spaghetti. It's kind of warm now. Let's go over here and check out these avocados. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at all them little red mites. See? See, and they're working in a symbiotic relationship with the worms. They're breaking down this avocado to the point where the worms can eat what they don't eat. See what I'm saying? So that's kind of what the entourage effect is. But the more variety of fruit and vegetables and kitchen scraps you have in your bin, the more variety of insects you're going to end up with in your bin as well. Well, y'all, if you made it this far, you already know it. I appreciate it. God bless you. And y'all come back now. You hear?